So it's your boy Scandoos, the hip hop original, and I'm back with the season premiere. This is season 3 of the head-to-head interview series, and we're jumping off with an absolute massive interview. We've got the amazing duo BlueLab Beats, and they're here, and I'm so glad to have you guys back and reconnect, and just see how like the amazing journey. Yeah, man. And so the first question I want to ask you guys, obviously, let me just do a quick recap for those that might not be aware. In the description, we're going to drop like the original interview where we talk about the origin of the group, and obviously us all being WAC alumni, and NK's history with Age of Luna and how the group came together. And here we are all these years later, so without further ado, the first question I've got for you guys, you guys have been categorized on your website as a Jazztronica group, right?
Yes.
So break down what that exactly means.
Right, so basically we saw that term, we just really loved that genre name really, because obviously in beginning interviews we were called a jazz duo, and that really annoyed me and David. And then after that moment we were like, we're a Jazztronica duo. I'd say in short, basically Jazztronica is mixing elements of jazz harmony with electronic instruments, so then that can be jazz within techno, or jazz within Jersey house, or jazz within hip hop, or jazz within anything with an electronic like instrument in there basically, but then there being jazz harmony in there as well. Sometimes we call ourselves Soultronica duo as well, which basically that's just having soul elements and then combining electronic elements in there as well.
Awesome, man. And then also you've still got the hip hop element, because I know that you guys put the challenge out on the Instagram, and like an amazing number of rappers want to rap over your instrumentals. So that's obviously that's an amazing thing. And then since we last had you guys on the show, man, one thing that's really evolved and has been amazing is that the fact that you guys have really taken it there with the fashion. And I mean, obviously NKOK, that's what you was originally known for. But I mean, how would you say your style has evolved over the last 4 years?
I just say we just been rocking more African print, especially going to Ghana. We just been getting loads of link ups and stuff, and just like buying out there really, and then we're just styling ourselves at this point, but like obviously for the album shoot, obviously shout out Sayo, they completely killed it. They absolutely killed it on that shoot. They thought of the idea of actually painting the suits for the album cover, and they were just absolutely amazing, And
so I guess the biggest news off the bat right now is obviously we want to officially congratulate you guys on the Grammy Win.
Thank you.
That's incredible, man. So first question is obviously, what's that feeling like to officially be a Grammy Award winners?
You know what? I can tell you now, right? The way I found out, because I found out first. Like the whole story is hilarious. So I was scrolling through Instagram stories, and I was just swiping, and then I got to Angelique Kidjo's page, and then I'm like, what award is she holding? Can you imagine? That's how I found out.
Wow.
And then no email, nothing, because it's all real time. And then I'm like, what is she holding? And she was nominated for two two different categories. It was like one for best performance, which was a separate track that we didn't produce, and then the album, and that's one of the tracks we produced. So I was like, wait, which category did she win in? And then I'm scrolling through Twitter, and then I finally go to the Grammys, and then it says, congratulations, Angelique Kidjo, Mother Nature. And I was like, this has happened. Oh my days. You know, and then I call up David. David's yelling down the phone. He's like, I can't even believe this. He's like, what was it? You said you were in KFC at the time, right?
I was in KFC.
Yeah, he's like, yo,
he
said, yo, I won a Grammy and I'm in KFC. Yeah. What up?
That's not what I said, but
no, but yeah, listen, it was roughly that. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I saw that because I saw the Thundercat gig on that day.
Yeah.
And then after Thundercat, I went KFC, and then
I
see the news on my phone.
Yeah,
it's hella random, but yeah, it's pretty overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's incredible, man. So how did the collaboration with Angelique come together?
So when we signed to Blue Note, Records. They Blue Note joined with Decca, and then they literally just sorted out a session with us straight away. You know, they were literally like, Angelique is writing a new album. She hasn't done one in a while, so she just wants to connect. She wants to connect with newer artists, and she heard your demo with Ghetto Boy, and wants a track basically the same as that. You know, and then we go on the Zoom with her. Her artistry and everything's like just absolutely amazing. She was explaining exactly what sound effects she wanted on the song before even making the track. And then I was like, okay, so music wise, what do you want? She said, "See your track Blow You Away?" Then we were like, yeah. It's like, I want that. I was like, okay, cool. So that was it, really. Yeah, and super, super humble human, just so amazing to speak to. And yeah, loads of knowledge just getting poured down as well. So it's just amazing to hear that too.
That's incredible, man. And obviously along the journey throughout releasing your free studio albums and the EPs, you obviously work with other artists outside of that. And what do you guys enjoy doing more? Do you guys enjoy working on your own stuff or building and creating beats for artists on their projects?
I guess I think a bit of both at the moment. At the moment, me and Dave are really into just gigging live right now, because it was in the past 2 to 3 years making Motherland Journey. We were very much in studio modes. And obviously, because of lockdown as well, it was like, okay, you know what? Let's just. Well, first of all, in that time period, me and Dave were like, okay, cool. Mental health is hella important. We've got to focus on that first. Literally, David, how long was our break? It was 2-3 months or something.
2-3 months.
We weren't in studio. Yeah. We weren't in studio for that long, and then it was because we were like, you know what? A lot is going on in the world. We just need to. Just reconnect with ourselves first, and then all right, cool. And then the first session after that 3 months, we made a track called Warp, which is on Motherland Journey, basically. And then that's when the whole idea just started to bubble up really for the album. Okay. So that was so we were in studio mode then, and then now we're wanting to gig and stuff and all of that. And we got a show with Angelique Kidjo as well. We're featuring in her show in Holland Festival, so that's going to be really amazing. Yeah,
amazing, man. So David, how did obviously lockdown affect you? Obviously, as a gigging musician, you can't go nowhere for a year. So how did that affect you?
Income gone, gigs gone. So I think the last resort was to basically record music from home, send out parts to people, and earn a little bit. And also near the beginning of the lockdown, there was a £500 grant going out to everyone. So most of us managed to get a hold of that. I mean, some musicians got slightly more, but yeah. So yeah, I think what everyone was doing like remote videos, remote sessions, especially reels as well. People were doing a lot of that. I think
yes,
things started opening up around like the summer, like after August. Yeah. The only thing was like people couldn't stand up when we were doing gigs inside. Like we were restricted to like tables and chairs. It was just like it's weird.
Musical chairs, baby. That's what it was back then.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Gosh. So I mean, obviously, you guys are like back on it in a major way this year. You've got the Motherland tour, and it says part 1. So does that mean there's a whole second part to this tour?
Yep.
And maybe a free enough.
in probably by next month we're gonna by next month we'll be announcing that. We'll be announcing part 2. There'll be more places like in UK that we'll be performing at, because like with just part 1 it was just like, you know, we've got to just connect with the shows that we were going to do but like back in 2020, which obviously got cancelled, so like that was just mainly it. And then part 2 is gonna it's gonna just be like mainly just like mini UK tour, and then probably like Germany, like probably Berlin, and then probably Italy as well. So we know we've got mad love out there. I'd love to do Japan as well, because obviously like our Japan press has been really wild, and like when you type in BlueLab Beats on Twitter, half the tweets are in Japanese. Like it's just mad.
Wow. So you guys got some what's that, Japanese to learn then?
Yeah.
Head around the language.
I mean, like, luckily, you know, obviously we've got Blue Note Tokyo as well. So like, you know, they really help us out there as well. So, you know, much love to them. Much love to the family there.
So what was it like performing in Barcelona and France this year?
Woo! It was crazy. Barcelona is such an amazing country. No, it's such an amazing city. Such an amazing city. Oh my days. Because like we gigged in another part of Spain. Where was the other city in Spain, David? We gigged in before. It's 2019.
I think it was Madrid, I believe so.
Yeah, Madrid. Yeah. Madrid. Yeah. So yeah, we gigged there. That was really cool. And then there was like the energy in Barcelona was mad. Like the second, because we did 2 days there. The first day was in like one of their most like iconic smaller like venue, club basement kind of things. Like that was crazy. And then the second day, that was like in a warehouse, and there was like 500 people there, you know.
Wow.
And then I got to do Hype Man, you know. It was fantastic. I loved it so much. I got 500 people jumping. It was amazing.
Wicked, man. That's amazing. So how would you say your live show has like evolved over the last 5 years?
Wow. Well, I guess for David. Well, for me, I soloed a bit.
Yeah.
Like on my drum machine, but like I think after lockdown, I had time to just really be like, all right, how can I really make this into a drum kit, you know?
Yeah.
And then it was like, because before I was doing like MPC soloing, where now it's like, you know, I'm drumming, or like, you know, I go to a jam called Ori Jam that happens every Monday. And then I'm drumming with Benjamin, who plays drums for Steam Down, basically. So me and him have like drum conversations, basically. So I'll do a solo part first, then he does his thing. And then it's like a back and forth thing.
Yeah.
And that technique is in like, you know, like traditional jazz, and then like, obviously, gospel and all of that as well. So yeah, you know, yeah. So yeah, so you know, like, but like obviously, so for me, I involved in that. Obviously, for David, you know,
I bought new equipment as well.
Equipment, because you know, keys and then guitar and sometimes vibraphone, you know.
Yeah. Because I know Dave's obviously exceptional with the multi-instrumentalism, like the guitar, the bass, the keys. You mentioned the vibraphone. I mean, have you added any more to the lineup?
I mean, my first instrument was drums, but yeah.
Oh wow, and drums as well. Because I remember you saying since 4 years old, right?
Yeah.
You was on a drum kit. There's that famous photo of you on the drum kit.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
You know,
man.
so yeah, that's the vibe. And I guess now as well, so like compared to early days, it would just be us two, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Oh well, us two. Well, this is mad. Us two with a 30-minute set, and then now we're doing an hour and a half.
Wow.
So like maybe 2 hours, like near enough 2 hours, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And obviously you got the body of work, man. So how do you memorize that many songs to fill out a 2-hour set?
It kind of comes naturally over the years. I think it
exactly.
I remember one of our first gigs was supporting an orchestra. I think we did a 15 or 20-minute set.
Right.
And when we finished the set, one band member came up to us and asked if we had any more tracks to do. And 5 years later, fast forward, we could do up to 2 hours if need be.
That's incredible. That's incredible, man. And you guys have got the gig at Royal Albert Hall coming up, right?
Yes.
With that, was it 12-piece orchestra? Or
12-piece string section from an orchestra. Yeah. And then we got
and they're all playing your music.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. So like we're doing like half-hour set of like our own like as a duo, and then 10-minute break, and then whole thing comes back on. So 12-piece orchestra, and then featuring tenor sax and trumpet, and then like a bunch of amazing vocalists as well.
Man, so
that's
what is the
vibe?
So what has the rehearsals been like for that? That must have been like quite mind-blowing, right?
We're having rehearsal literally in 2 days. Yeah. Because they're all reading sheet music because we've got someone to write the sheet music for them. So they've just practiced the parts basically. Yeah.
Man. So how has the your evolution as a live outfit affected the way you actually approach making music now?
I guess because I didn't even finish the last thing really. So we started out as a duo. Like for our live stuff, and then eventually, now for a majority of our gigs we have, I'm saying like 95% of the time we always have a trumpet player and a tenor sax player with us, and then if it's a bigger gig, then we have vocal features and then a drummer with us as well. So then it's like you get an even more bigger live element with our stuff. Yeah. Not like much more of a pie element as well too. So yeah, that's the vibe.
Sick, man. Right. So how would we say the presentation of the live outfit affected the way that you approach producing music now?
I'd say I think especially with drums, because I think especially after lockdown, I was like, I just want to push myself even more with understanding a drummer's feel and stuff. So then like whilst playing with drummers, I've just been like, all right, cool, this is how a drummer would think to approach this feel or like this groove. And then like I would be learning like just how to have a much more natural feel, but it still be programmed, because a lot of the album on Motherland Journey, like a lot of people think, oh yeah, it's a live drummer, and I'm like, it's not at all. There was no live drums recorded. That was all me.
Because I noticed your finger drumming technique is like ridiculous now. Like it's just what?
Yeah, because before I could do grooves, and then I could do like the fast finger technique we call the BlueLab jab. Basically, I can do that. Like I did that only for 4 bars when I started, and now I can do it for like 8 to 12. You know.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And yeah, so like that's definitely changed. And then after that section, then I go into like a more Jazztronica groove, which was like obviously invented. I first heard it from when Benji played it at Steam Down a couple years back, and then I did like my own little twist on it as well. We got to still come up with a name for that groove, but yeah, that's the vibe basically.
Yeah. Awesome, man. So So let's talk about the new album, right? So where did the name and the concept come from?
So the name, and I think it was like the moment me and David touched down in Ghana, really, like a year ago. Because we were making the album before, we were thinking of different titles. But then like when we touched down in Ghana, and like when we were like just chilling with like the amazing people out there, when we were going clubbing out there, going to studio, having photo shoots done and like filming and stuff, we were just like, this is just such a journey, and like literally through Motherland, everything, you know. And especially the way that I was hearing them mixing genres the whole time in clubs and stuff, I was like, this is the kind of concept I want like for our album, but like done in a UK way, you know. And obviously for me and David, were like, yeah, let's just showcase amazing, you know, UK R&B and hip hop talent on our record, really, you know. That's the vibe.
Yeah. And for you, David, did you get a chance to play with any musicians out in Ghana?
I didn't get to play any live gigs, but we met this wicked producer called Kill Beats. So he's worked with Wizkid and Ed Sheeran, and then we actually made the title track with him. And Kill Beats did most of the drum programming, and then NK did some additional stuff on the drums. And the bed of the track was there, and I just did some of my own thing, just added guitars on top. And yeah, it was an amazing vibe. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you can see the energy, man, especially in the videos with Ghetto Boy, man. It's just like, especially that Delilah video, man. It's just like such a vibe out there.
Yeah, that was definitely like, well, both videos were like just amazing to shoot. But yeah, blow you away, because that was like our first day shoot. And then Central Loving was a 2-day shoot, but their work ethic out there is different. It's different. Literally, we did when we did Central Loving, the video ended at midnight.
Yeah. And
then they said, all right, obviously we're still filming tomorrow. You got to get to the location at 5 a.m.
Wow.
and the video finished at midnight. I'm like, you're telling me I'm having a 4-hour nap? They said yes.
Wow.
And obviously, you know, both of them tracks are like, you know, energetic as well. So they were like, yeah, you got to still bring the energy too. It's like, you ain't chilling. And I was like, wow, all right, 4-hour nap done. All right, cool. And then what was it, David? Then the day after we went clubbing, isn't it?
Yep.
Wow.
We were clubbing till 7 a.m. the next day.
That's wild, man. That is incredible, man. So I think one of the biggest, I wouldn't say surprises, but one of the coolest things about the new album, man, is just seeing that Fela Kuti feature on it. Now how did that come about?
So Fela Kuti's European publishers reached out to us. And then they said, they're like, we love what you done out in Ghana. We've been hearing a lot about you guys before that, but like especially seeing that as well. We want you to sample Fela Kuti a cappella for like whatever thing, like if you're doing a project or anything. And then we did not reply the email for about 2 months because we couldn't believe it. And then because we just thought it was spam. We were like, someone's trying to scam us. What's going on? and then they were like, no, like for real, like, do you want to do this? and then literally, like they gave us 50 tracks to choose from.
Wow.
Like a massive email list. They were just like, this is all the tracks we own publishing wise. And then we chose Everything Scatter, but we did the track before working on the a cappella. So like we had the full arrangement done, and for some reason the a cappella just fitted what was going on instrumentally. So if you've done remixes before, you know, it's like, all production, you know that like that's a very rare thing to happen. And a cappella key wise just suits the thing perfectly. And like we didn't have to do any alterations. It was literally just like, yep, Everything Scatter for some reason just works on this track, like wonderfully, you know.
Yeah.
And then we finished the track, and then contact them back, was like, all right, cool, this is our idea. They're like, this is insane. Like, all right, cool, we're contacting Fela Kuti's family. And I was like, wow, this is actually happening. You know, then two days later, Fela Kuti's family then, you know, got back to us. They were like, we love the track, can't wait for you guys to put it out, you know. Yeah, so obviously because they contacted us first, we obviously didn't have to pay for the crazy, you know, sampling fee or anything, because that they wanted us to do that. So yeah, it's really, really amazing, and like, yeah, good cost savings. You know. Very good, because hip-hop samples normally are like crazy amounts. So yeah, honestly, it's like such an amazing team, and such an honor to
it's a massive honor.
Yeah, massive honor to have, you know, his family's permission just to be like, yeah, cool, there you go, you know.
Man, so would you say it's a personal dream come true to be signed on obviously, you know, the famous Blue Note Records?
Yeah, that and beyond. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Because obviously does that give you access to their vast catalog as well, in terms of, because obviously I know you like to sample a lot, don't you, as well?
Yeah, I mean, like, I haven't, like, you know, obviously we were just like making our own album. We were just vibing out with our own ideas. Like, I haven't even contacted them for that yet, you know. Like obviously, you know, when signing, I was like, oh yeah, that would be a really cool idea. But like, literally, you know, it was the thing of, like, me and David, we started working on labels, and then I was like, I'd love strings on this, and they said, all right, here you go. So it's just like even with that, I was like, all right, cool, my dreams are already starting to happen, this is wild, all right, you know. So I didn't even think about sampling, because they gave like what a hip-hop producer's dream is, you know what I mean? Like, so like, I was, you know, me and David, we were just chilling with that, you know. So probably, yeah, on the next album, definitely, you know, because there's a big catalog of like funk stuff that people don't really know Blue Note done as well. So yeah, I'd love to sample that, definitely. You know, but like, obviously it's still about, you know, contacting original writers and stuff. But obviously it's way more easier because I'm literally we are on the label, literally. So yeah, that's the vibe, you know.
Plus, so now you can just say to them, look, man, we're Grammy Award winners, so yeah, make it happen. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, it's wild though. It's wild because Deco, who's like basically semi like a part of Blue Note, they walked out of Grammys with 10 Grammys. You know, like Deca completely annihilated Grammys. It was great. I was like, yes, this is mad. And then it was like, you know, small little company, and then just taking all these things is crazy. Yeah,
it's amazing, man. And obviously that puts you in good stead, like going forward, in terms of if you guys get nominated and that. So
oh yeah, absolutely,
amazing, man. So with the origin of the group starting in the lab, which was your home studio, right? And watching your progression over the years, man, you guys have been in some incredible studios like around the world. So are there any studios that stick out to you for any particular reason?
Real World.
Real World. Absolutely.
Where's that
Having a personal, Real World, in Bath. Having a personal chef there was a dream. That was crazy. They literally sorted all of that out for us. So yeah, shout out Real World Records for back then, you know. It was crazy. They literally, that was for recording X Over, our first album. Wow. They were literally just like, cool, write as much stuff as you want. You got the studio for this amount of time. Have fun, you know. That was wild, yeah. And then obviously, we were out in Morocco as well, working with an amazing musician called Sad Tuli. Mm-hmm. And that was crazy. Like we made like a couple tracks, but the tracks were just for a live gig, basically. And then so it's basically the BlueLab sound, but then with Ganawa, music, so traditional music from over there. It was amazing. There was like 500 people at that gig.
Wow.
And I was like, I had no idea we had a Moroccan fan base. I love this. Like,
man, you know, and that's partly down to the music you make, man. Especially, you mentioned the first album, and then also with the second and this new album, you have such a wide array of like artists. I mean, like there's so many artists that I've been introduced to just through listening to your albums. So what do you find so exciting about collaborating with new artists?
Well, I guess like, you know, for me, like with the artists we get, like majority of the time, it's like it's friends that literally me and Dave have known literally for time and time, you know, or it's people we find at jam sessions, because I think majority of the time, like I'm kind of just scouting people at jam sessions, really, you know, because I think in music industry I don't really understand why people don't do that more often, because it's just like you just get the hottest talent there. Because I think people think of jam sessions as open mic, and then it's like that, and then obviously open mics is a more different thing, where jam sessions obviously it's like you're just getting the raw end of like music basically, because everyone's improvising at the same time, and I guess you have to concentrate more on the one musician that you want to work with, you know. So it's just all of that, you know. But yeah, like how we find, you know, new talent and stuff. Obviously, you know, we worked with Emma V recently on the new album, but I've known Emma V for 4 years.
No, 3 years, yeah.
Yes. You know, well, not even 4, maybe 6, you know, but it's like, it's just that me and Emma V were both like, all of us were very busy people. So it's taken us this long, you know. Tenny Tinks, known for a bit, you know. Kofi Stone was probably the most recent one.
Right.
Like out of that lot, but obviously, he's just a phenomenal rapper. Outstanding, you know. So but I think it's just always important to just have like, you know, dope new features, you know, on your records, definitely. So then people were just like, wow, I had no idea. Let me check this out, you know. Man. And it's more organic as well. You get more organic vibe. Yeah. You know. Yeah.
So off the new album, man, is there a particular feature who you would consider, you know, just doing a full-length side project with, who you'd want to explore more with?
Let me think. Well, obviously, I guess like I have my own separate projects with Kaidi Akanibi. So that's Kaidi/NKOK. Yeah. And that goes in much more like the grime and then like Jersey club kind of sound, but then with Kaidi just completely ripping it on sax, basically. So that's already a project. So we already have an album out for that.
I've done some things with Jackson Method. So Jackson Method, who's featured on Walk and I'll Be Here For You. So I've featured on Jackson's single. Right. It's called Dumb People. It's called Dumb People, and we've got some upcoming things like later on this year as well.
Wicked, man. So the way things are going with you guys, man, obviously the albums are getting bigger, the guests are getting bigger. So I mean, is there any like bucket list? Let's say we do this interview again in the next 4 years. Is there any like bucket list artists that you guys still want to work with?
Anderson .Paak, definitely. 100%. Knowledge, absolutely. There's a new artist that what's it? Top Dog Entertainment signed. I can't remember their name. Female rapper, but like absolutely phenomenal. They just dropped a video as well. It's incredible. And then who else? I think just people from Dreamville as well. I'd love to work with them, definitely.
Awesome, man. How about you, David?
I'd love to work with someone like Thundercat, like Justin Brown, someone like, I'd love to see Roy Ayers again. Like we supported him some years ago as well. And I've met him personally as well. So he would be a literal vibe, like just age is not a thing to him. He'll still rip it up,
Yeah.
no matter how old it is.
Absolutely.
I think he's got like about nearly 100 albums or something like that. And that was when we interviewed him like 6 years ago. So
yeah,
might be more.
There's probably more.
Yeah. Incredible, man. He's even got an album with Rick James. But you know, fascinating, man. So okay, for someone who might be in the further reaches of the universe who have not heard this album yet, why should they check out the Motherland Journey?
Why should they check it out? Why should they check it out? Because it's a mixture of genres, and we've worked many years on this record, and it's a mixture of genres, and it still makes sense, like as an album, even though there's so many genres in there. And I just think, it's just an interesting take in music as well, because people don't really mold genres like how we've done on this record, really. And obviously our inspiration and why we did that was obviously going back to Ghana, seeing how they molded genres there. And then like our other inspiration with that was obviously Stevie Wonder's Songs of the Key of Life, because obviously he's going like genre mad like that the whole way through, so I think so like I think obviously like we've taken a hot minute on this record, but also if you just want to chill and vibe out, this is a great record to do that too as well. Absolutely.
Awesome, man. All right, wicked, amazing, man. Well, definitely we look forward to checking you guys out on tour at one of the dates. I hope to catch you guys at the Brick Lane Festival.
Yes, and we'll have special guests for that as well, definitely. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, guys, I want to thank you lot so much for taking time out to kick it with us, man. The new album's incredible. I love hearing how the sound's evolved and how it's getting bigger and more experimental, and it's amazing, man. And let's hope we got more Grammys in the future as well.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
That's crazy.
Awesome, man. Thank you guys so much, man, and all the best. And we look forward to seeing you guys soon.
All right,
Thank
great.
you, man.
Take care, man. Thank
Take
you
care.
so much.
All the best, brothers. Take care. Peace.
Best up, man.
All right,
Peace out.
in a bit.